So in our last video, we used the Laravel scaffolding to quickly scaffold out a user registration and login system. So now we're going to start expanding on this. The first thing we're going to do is create a users controller that the admins can access, and this will allow them to edit the users in the system. So to do that, it's PHP artisan, and it's make:\controller, and we're going to namespace this under an admin folder. So it's \\, admin, then 2 more backslashes and users controller, and we're going to make this a resource controller. And we're going to attach a model of user. So that creates the controller for us. Let's take a look. So under app HTTP controllers, we can now see we have our admin folder and we have our users controller. And you see, because we passed it a model, it's pulling in the app user model for us. And this is built into Laravel from the user authentication system. And it gives us all our resourceful methods. So we're going to remove some of these because we're not going to be using them all. So we're not going to be creating users via the admin panel because the users can register themselves. So we don't need create and we don't need the store method. We don't really need the show method either, so we'll just get rid of that because we're going to be listing all our users out in the index page. And we're going to want to edit our users, we're going to want to update the users, and we're also going to want to delete the users, so we can leave their methods. Now we need to update our routes to reflect this controller. So come under the root of the project, under routes, and web.php. So we need to add this resource controller to our routes. So it's root resource, and it's going to /admin/users, and that will be the URL we use to access this. And then it's going to go to the controller under our admin namespace, and it's going to go to our users controller that we just created. We're also going to pass a third parameter in here because we've removed some of the resourceful methods. So to do that, we open up an array and we say accept, and then we pass it another array and we give the methods that we don't want to include. So we don't want the show because we've deleted that. We don't want create, and we don't want store either. So if we just jump over to our terminal and we type in PHP artisan root list, I've just had to make this terminal a bit smaller so we can get everything on, and you can see all our routes now. So we have the admin users where we're going to list all our users. We have the users update where we can send a put request to update the user. We also have our delete method and also our edit method, which will show the edit page. So the next thing we need to do is add a link in our user interface to the admin users index page. So firstly, come over to our users controller, and we can just do return user index page, and that just returns a string to the page so we know that we're in the right place. So let's add this link into our users UI. So under the root of the app, come to resources, views, layouts, app.blade.php. Now I'm just going to add this as another link in the drop down. So if we come down and find our current drop down, and at the moment all that's in there is this logout link. So let's create a new link. We're going to give it the same class of dropdown-item, and then we're going to link this to our index page. We're going to use our root method, and if we just come back to our terminal, and we can see we can use these names here. So we want to go to the index page, so we can use users.index. So go to the root users.index, and then for the link text, let's just say user management. Okay, let's take a look at this now in the browser. Let's just give this page a refresh. And if we come up to our drop down, we can see we have our user management link. When we click this, it goes to /admin/users, and we get our string back from our controller. So in the next video, we're going to look at how we can improve on our routes. And it's perfectly fine at the moment, but as the application grows, we're going to want to group some things together. So I'm going to show you how to have namespaces and prefixes to a group of routes.